Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Killer Reviews YouTube show. I'm sitting
What's
here with
up?
my boy Lurch. Lurch, what's going on, dog?
What's up, man? How's it going?
I was trying to muster the energy. I was asleep 20 minutes ago
Oh my
because
god.
I'm fucking old.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So, hello, audience. This show is dedicated to Killer Clown.
Yeah, Jordan is unfortunately stuck working this month, but we hope to get him back soon.
Sure
Uh,
do.
so,
So, we figured we would just go back and forth and talk about some of our, I don't know, movies we've watched, movies we've bought. I have a few good stories. Um, so, Lurch, dude. So, guess what I saw? So, I saw a special
ooh,
theatrical engagement
really?
of a newer movie, but it's a director's cut.
Oh, I wanted to go see this too, and I couldn't see. I know what you saw. Midsummer, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
How was
Okay.
it?
So, here's the deal. So, this is story time. So my girlfriend Melissa, I like to do like special date nights, and we
Mhm.
had a date night. Well, we had one coming up, and I said, just confirming. I saw this on, I think it was on Twitter, on the director's feed, and he said something about, one weekend only, check out the director's cut. And I was so psyched because we went over this before, like we love the movie, and it was like another 20 minutes, and
Mhm.
and Melissa loved the movie, but she wanted to see it again because we had some questions about the ending and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a good surprise date night. So I had to wait like 6 days to see this thing after I bought the tickets, and it was super hard to wait, right? Because I was so excited to watch this thing. And then the day comes, and then I tell her what town we're going to, and she guesses that we're probably going to go see a movie. The whole thing was supposed to be a huge surprise.
Mhm.
So I try to throw her off, whatever. So, oh, it's not a movie, but we get to the movie. Of course, like we have to fucking go there. So we get to the theater, and then I had her like I wasn't sure if the theater would have like posters or something. So I didn't want her to know until we were in the theater when the movie started what she was gonna see.
Oh wow, you went all out.
Yeah. So and I wasn't sure if the opening credits would say director's cut or not.
Mhm.
So I go in the theater a little bit ahead of her. There's no posters, but there is like there's like a little image above the door where you walk in the theater.
Mhm.
So I had her close her eyes and I guided her in the theater. So she's sitting there. We're 10 minutes early, whatever. We're sitting there watching previews and stuff, and she thinks it's an older movie, some kind of like Fright Night or something, or The Lost
Mhm.
Boys. So, but she sees like newer commercials, newer trailers for thrillers and stuff. So she's like, oh, okay, well maybe it's like a thriller or a horror movie. So then it starts, and the
Mhm.
first thing you see is like the paintings. It's like a mural.
Yeah, yeah.
So right away she's like, oh sweet, awesome. And I'm going, that's not the fucking surprise though, right? The surprise is the director's cut, but you don't know that
Mhm.
yet. And I'm like, I want to tell her, I want to tell her. And I'm like, well, like I said earlier, it'd probably be on the screen, like director's cut, whatever. And it wasn't though. It just
Mhm.
said like Midsummer. So the whole suicide thing opening happens. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll just wait for extra content to come up, and she'll kind of be like, huh?
Mhm.
And I noticed a few new things, but she didn't come over and say to me like, well, that's new or something. But when there's a scene when she finally figured it out, there's a scene when when they're like going and they're in a car, they've landed in Sweden, they're going like into the woods, but like the camera like flips over, it does an upside
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
like shining shot.
Yeah, that's
So
an
in
awesome
that
shot.
scene, the people in the car, the dialogue is divided up in the speakers, the surround sound speakers.
Mhm.
So you're watching the scene, you hear like a guy like in the very corner of the theater say something like, "Oh yeah, hey man, that chick's hot" or something, and then so the sound mix was different. And she looks at me like, "What the fuck was that, dude?" Right? Like, what was that? And then I'm like, "That's the surprise. Like that.
Mhm.
This is the director's cut," which was like
Mhm.
a half hour in the movie. So then she was like, "Oh fucking damn, dude, this is awesome, right?"
Mhm.
So the extra content but the surprise was so worth like the wait and everything. So the content was a lot of it. Granted, I fell asleep like towards the end of the movie. It's
Classic.
fucking 3 hours. It starts at 9 o'clock. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Class. That's when all the
Yeah.
shit ramps up at the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
movie.
There was a lot of stuff around the relationship between the main girl and the guy, her boyfriend. There was a lot more. He actually invites her to Switzerland on the trip, as opposed to her initiating. Oh, well, I'll go if I can go. But there was a lot more of him being a dick. And there was another scene where the I don't know what you call it, like the group, like the bad guys,
The
like
cult.
the cult, the fucking cult. There you go. That's
Yeah.
perfect. There's a scene where the cult is by a river at night, a pond, I guess, and they need a sacrifice. And this little girl says, "I'll do it." She's like 10 or maybe 15, 13 or something. She's got to do it. And dude, the two guys pick her up like this, like one by her hands, one by her feet, almost like you're gonna swing her like this, And they they put a big boulder on her.
Oh my
And
God.
they start fucking like wrapping a chain around her. And then the blonde girl is she freaks out. She's like, stop. She stops the whole thing. And then they don't throw her in the river. Right. So that was new. And that happened at nighttime. But yeah, man, I can't tell you what happened at the end. Anything new at the end though. I don't know. It's fucking late and I fell asleep.
Well, did you think it added to it?
Yeah, like it makes it more rewarding when she kills him at the end because he's such a fucking douchebag.
See, that's interesting because, and not to go off on a tangent about, but I thought the theatrical cut at least did a pretty good job of like not showing him as a total douchebag. But you're saying this makes him look worse?
It does. Yeah, like when after her family's killed, she's begging. One scene like she's begging him to stay. Oh, I know. She's mad about him going to the trip. She's at the party, and then his friends are like, so we're going to go to Switzerland. She's like, what? Right, that whole thing. And then when they get back, she's like, I wish you would have told me about that. That was a little weird. And he's like, he flips out. He's like, I'm leaving. And then she's begging, I'm so sorry, it's my fault. Don't leave, please don't leave. And then he does some really shady shit, right? That's the first big extended scene. But yeah, this one it just makes him look more like an asshole,
So he gets what he deserves.
Yeah. So so that's one of my big surprises.
Dude, they just announced this to feed off of this that the director's cut you saw, it's going to be a iTunes exclusive.
No shit.
So like you can't even get it on a Blu-ray or something. That pisses me off, man. Like
doesn't surprise me, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wanted to go see that. No, I don't think it is coming out in 4K at first.
I just thought a bug was on me. I'm like, it's my fucking little wire thing from my speaker. It's my first time using the headset, so I'm not used to like seeing something out of the corner of my eye.
Dude, I have a girlfriend surprise story. This is awesome. So my girlfriend just took her master's degree test, right? To get into grad school. And so she's a big Jonas Brothers fan. So I bought tickets like a month ago, right? And I'm going. Me and him, we went on like a double date, right? Me and my buddy. But so as soon as she got out of the test, the car ride home, I'm like, I surprised her with it, right? And like she loved it. It was awesome and all. But so it's out where you were at, actually, the Hershey area up in PA.
Yeah,
dude. My buddy's like, let's get rooms at this hotel. This is kind of a rant. At this specific hotel, I'm going to call it out. Candlewood Suites, Harrisburg, Hershey, right? There's 2 hotels named the exact same thing. So he's like, oh, book rooms here? I'm like, okay, no sweat, book the rooms. The day of, I checked the address. I'm like, is this the address for you? He's like, no, I'm like 20 minutes north. It's like, why the hell are there 2 hotels named the same?
Oh, shit.
The same fucking name, right? Like it's literally the exact same name of the hotel. So
is that the story?
Well, so we get out there. And, I mean, I don't know. We blew a tire on the way out, but we made it.
Oh no, shit! That's
important thing, and like all this shitty stuff happened, but we made it. So
how much those tickets cost?
Oh, they were like 60.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I figured they'd be a couple hundred.
But yeah, so I surprised my girlfriend. So that's That's a nice little hop on from there.
Yeah. So then, a few days later. Oh, by the way, I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, good. I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So a few days later, we also want to talk about steelbooks. I picked up the Exorcist steelbook, and she had never seen the Exorcist.
Really?
So, yeah. So she really liked it. She didn't know it'd be such a drama, right? She thought it'd be like a cheesy horror movie or something. And it's like, I mean, it's at least 2 hours, right? Like maybe 2.5 hours or whatever.
Yeah,
It's probably 2 hours. Yeah, the director's cut. So then, yeah, she's been watching that celebrity ghost stories too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't believe in that stuff. And all
what
these
would Chris Loveday think? Hold up now.
I know. I mean, I like a valid EVP, like I can understand. Okay, like maybe something in the house like is behind, but I just don't believe like ghosts like move stuff and help find your car keys and warn you and show up at night and walk around your house and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But she she gets all freaked out with that shit. So I'm sitting there drinking shots and shit. This is like last weekend, and I'm like, okay, let's go to the fucking bathroom. Let's play Bloody Mary. And she's like, oh, I'm not doing that shit. So I go in the bathroom like an asshole, and I have a candle, and I do Bloody Mary 3 times. And I'm like, any spirits here, if you see Melissa, I want you to, get inside of her body and all that shit. I'm such a dick. Yeah, so we call it the curse. Yeah, so we've had quite a bit of like her watching ghost story. We've had quite a bit of paranormal conversation recently. Nothing's happened. I'm not saying that, but just she's all into it. So for Halloween, we're gonna do another special date and go do some ghost investigating.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and you're up there by like Salem and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too with Patty.
Remember Patty? Patrick.
So, yeah, Patrick South there. We're gonna go and hopefully, if the fucking guy can find some time.
He's too busy playing board games.
No shit, dude. So we're gonna go to Salem with Patrick and like literally maybe stay at a hotel. I don't know. He probably won't do that, but me and the kids and Melissa, we're gonna. Yeah, I do a lot of history there, right? We're gonna go shopping and buy some crystals and some voodoo dolls.
Have you been before?
Yeah. I haven't been at night though. Around Halloween in Salem at night. Around Halloween, it's Salem at night. Like they have all these masquerades, people all over town at night walking around in costumes. It's pretty fucking awesome. But I haven't done that in since I was a kid, so I'm curious to see it at nighttime.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, dude. We're trying to. There's a Penhurst Asylum down by me that they just opened up, and like you can like stay there overnight and stuff. So I think we're gonna try and do that.
Shit!
We went on the ghost tour last year. That was pretty fun.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But,
I'm trying to find out. Cool. I'm trying to think of a place where we can like investigate it.
Yeah, but I want to find like the real deal, right? Like a legit like abandoned like
right
or something like.
Well, I did contact Mr. Loveday himself last week to see if he could hook me up with a place, or I invited him to go actually.
Oh, nice.
All right, buddy. So so give me some of your topics. I've been talking like a girl here for.
Oh man. All right. So you want to jump right into movies or do some news?
Let's do some fucking news, dude, because I have no idea what's going on.
So in between our last discussion, coming on 2 months now, dude, we are getting not 1, but 2 Halloween sequels. Did you hear that?
I did see that. Isn't that awesome?
And I could not be more fucking stoked.
I've watched the Halloween movie, dude. The newer one, I've watched that like 3 or 4 times.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah. I mean, I remember I recorded a YouTube video about it like 6 months ago, or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't know why the fuck they're like reshowing old scenes, right? I still don't quite get that. It's like a remake, but it's like a sequel, right? Type thing.
Well, here's the thing: this new one, they borrowed a lot. I thought from the old movies.
Yeah.
But like now they kind of. Well, it gets tough because it's like after this is going to be like the 12th movie, I think. How much can you have Michael Myers do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they have like flat out like the scene in part. Is it part? I think it's part 2. Oh, my cat's to the wire. No. The scene in part 2 when some girl's like using a knife and she's making dinner or something, and then he like walks through the
Hmm.
the house. It's like the same exact scene in this new
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
yeah.
know what you're talking about when he grabs the hammer.
Yeah, right, yeah, right before that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's like the first time I saw that, I had no clue they were going to do that. So I was like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
And there's quite a few scenes that like mirror the first movie. So yeah, so what's the plan? I mean, do we know any story elements at all?
Oh, they just announced they got the casting for the. Do you remember in the first Halloween at night she's babysitting the two kids, right?
Oh yeah, Tommy Doyle.
Yeah, and he actually came back as Paul Rudd in Halloween 6.
Yeah,
But they didn't get Paul Rudd, unfortunately. But they cast those two
I
kids.
wonder why. Danny McBride's producing it, right? I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. They just got cast those two people. Well, actually, they got the original chick to play the girl. So
The, the
she's coming.
little girl from Halloween 1.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah, I mean, I saw that the other day. I was so was it next year, then the following year, right? So 2020 and
yeah.
2021.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm fucking psyched. Where's Freddie and Jason? What's up with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Well, this is some more news I just read today. Do you know about the lawsuit of Friday the 13th?
No.
So you know Sean Cunningham, who directed the original,
Yeah.
and then Victor Miller, the guy who wrote the original, have been fighting for like 2 years now over who owns the rights to it. And so as a result of that, that nothing can be done with the property. And like it's even gotten so bad, like NECA, like they can't make any more action figures. Like with the
Ah,
game, they can't make any new content for the game. Like it sucks. And they just announced today, with all the appeals and stuff, they think the case will wrap up like June of next year.
yeah. You figure it's like there's enough money to go around, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck the details are, but you figure like what the fuck? I mean, like just you're already both probably gazillionaires.
Like because like the new Halloween movie that came out and made gangbusters, that.
Yeah.
So like I figured these guys would like put their shit aside and be like, there's money to be made, you know.
Guns N' Roses. I bet one of them's like Axl Rose, who just cannot be reasoned with. Eventually they
Hmm.
stop being dicks.
I don't know what the excuse for Freddy is though.
It's so
Yeah, I
funny,
don't know.
like they'll be like, okay, I think it was like Platinum Dunes. I think did the other Freddy one. I could be wrong, but they
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
lot of the
Michael
remake.
Bay.
Yeah, and it seems like they like released like in my opinion, like a pretty crappy movie. I thought it was okay, but like it wasn't like the new Halloween movie or something. And
Hmm.
then like it didn't do well, and people are like, oh well, nobody cares about fucking Freddy, so we're just gonna celebrate for a while. If you made a fucking good movie, dude, then people would care about it, right?
Hmm.
I mean, don't they understand that?
Well, like that era. Thankfully, I think we're past that era. But and you guys talked about this way back when you reviewed it, right? All they cared about was like getting the first weekend, right? Like
Yeah,
as long as we make our 100 million, like fuck the fans. And
I thought he was great as Freddy.
but I mean, just like this new Halloween, like they made it pretty cheap, and like it's a good movie. Yeah, I like Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy too. I actually like the remake quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
not a bad movie.
No, I just I can't stand all the cheesy jump scares, and people
Hmm.
have a more tolerance. Like I know you have a more tolerance for that stuff. Um, I mean the Friday. I mean sorry, the last no, she literally did have it. I think a cat in the closet, like literally like and the cat. It's like
Yeah,
wow, we're doing that. But I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times.
yeah, it's
I
it's got some interesting stuff,
it does.
but
All right, what else you got, homie?
so this weekend, of course, the
News you can
big
use.
the big one comes out in terms of like horror. So are you gonna
Yeah,
go see it?
see it.
Yeah.
My
What's
local
it?
drive is playing it, man. It's a half an hour away, double feature. They're playing it one and it two back to back at the drive-in.
Dude,
I mean, how can I not go do
you
that?
gotta
Right?
go. That's awesome.
How do I not go do that? I don't really care to see it in theaters, but I
Mhm.
mean, if that's the deal, I mean, like, it's kind of hard to pass up. Are you gonna go see it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think one of my local drive-ins is doing the same thing. The double feature.
By the way, there's a drive-in documentary on Amazon Prime. Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's a drive-in. Just search drive. I don't know if you've seen it. Like it's just,
What's
dude.
it called?
I had no
Do you
clue.
remember?
No, I don't. And there's some old guy who's running a drive-in that's not doing well, and he hires, not even hires, it's like 2 or 3 kids donate their time to help at the drive-in. And this guy's like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? But they're planning all of these special. It's about
Dude,
yeah.
is it called At the Drive-In? Is it about Pennsylvania?
That sounds right. Pennsylvania sounds right.
That's the drive-in I go to. I was there when they first opened. Yeah, I got the DVD upstairs, dude.
It's run by a couple kids. I mean, like there's an older guy.
And there's a younger guy, and like they had to like sleep in the concession stand, right?
Yes.
And like, yes, dude, I have this documentary. Yeah, that's the one I go to.
Oh my God, dude!
I'm gonna write an article about it. I'm going the end of this month.
I'm so jealous because they have all these special things going on.
Yeah, that's for our listeners. If you're in the Pennsylvania area, the Mahoning Drive-In Theater is like the greatest place on earth. All they do is retro, horror, cult, exploitation, like all kinds of stuff, and like other stuff, you know, like action movies, gangster movies. But yeah, dude, you saw that? That's awesome.
Fucking trip. Oh, that is so funny. I was jealous because my place next to me only shows like newer stuff for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the season they'll do a couple old ones. But I was like, oh my God, these guys have a killer lineup. That's hysterical.
I've been there 3 times this year so far. Dude, me and my buddy were there when they were just starting out with the young guys. Dude,
how long ago was that?
Oh, like 5 years ago now?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Dude, do you remember the documentary, the young guy, Matt? Right? Matt and Virgil?
No, I don't remember the names.
There's like a young guy with like a mustache or like black hair.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Dude, me and that guy have like drank and like talked movies. Like yeah, it's dude, it's fuck. If you ever come, you got to get down here for that.
Yeah. Man. It's not that far of a drive. It's like 6 hours or something.
Only 6 hours.
It's not that far.
But what you should do is they do like horror weekends, so you can just camp out like Friday through Sunday and all that.
Oh, seriously? They have people like tents?
Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
But
all right, well, you sold me on that. What were we talking about? It?
Yeah, and it's playing at the drive-in.
Yeah, man, that movie's gonna fucking do really well, I think.
Oh yeah, dude, that's on track. If that it's on track to be like the #1 R-rated film opening weekend.
Yeah.
So
cool, man.
So that would be fun to talk about.
Yeah, we can do it. It's special.
We should. What else in news? There's a Black Christmas remake coming out.
This will be the third one, right?
Yeah, this will be the second one.
The second remake. Interesting.
So.
When was the last time you saw Black Christmas?
What?
I haven't seen Black Christmas.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever, man.
Bob Clark, huh? I remember. Remember Dead Pit, like back in the day, deadpit.com.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
It's like it's the old. Well, this dude from Kentucky. They interviewed Bob Clark. That was actually pretty interesting because he was quite old when I started doing killer reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that was interesting because he made A Christmas Story. For people to know that.
Mm-hmm.
A Christmas Story, then Black Christmas. So what's up with that? Like, whenever I hear that stuff, I always like check the director, the cast, and I can tell legit or not. Is it going to be good? Do you think?
Well, it's by Blumhouse.
They're pretty good.
So I don't know. They just released a trailer today, but I'm becoming anti-trailer, dude. Are you like this?
I barely watch anything unless
because I'll get into it recently seen, but like I was just listening to a podcast, and the one guy was talking about how he saw the new Halloween, and he never saw the trailer for it, and he said it was like amazing. And I was like, it got me thinking, like, if I never watched the trailers, like all these movies would be like a million times better.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, why watch? It's like it's hard. Like for instance, Top Gun. I had to watch that, right? I mean, like I don't know if I could wait to like not see anything from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But you're better off not watching it. Yeah. I mean, sometimes they show you everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell if you're watching the movie after watching a trailer. You can tell like how far along you are in the movie and what character might. It's like you watch a movie, think like, oh well, that person might die, but you know they don't because if you watch a trailer, like you know that they're in the movie later or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why you wouldn't. A buddy of mine, my friend, Tomb Raider. It's so funny when he came up with that name. We were like, you know, it was like almost probably like 12 years ago, like just stoned out of our mind, and we're like, Tomb Raider, that'd be a funny name, whatever. And now I'm like, 40 years old, and I'm like, Tomb Raider, right? He doesn't watch any trailers or gets any spoilers, nothing. Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to adhere to that. Because anyway, the point is the trailer just dropped for the Black Christmas.
Oh, okay.
But like I see on Twitter, someone's like, "Oh, the trailer gave away the whole movie." I'm like, I don't want to watch that now.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky if I'll even watch the movie. Like I'm super picky. So, like you
Really?
said, yeah. Oh God, I'm awful too. I'm super picky. I'll go to Redbox and it's just like nope. You know, I don't know, man. With all the stuff like Amazon Prime and YouTube, and it's like that driving documentary. I would much rather watch a driving documentary than like Captain Marvel, honestly. But that's where
No,
I'm at.
same.
It's just more interesting to me.
I try to I follow a lot of horror people on Twitter and stuff, and like if a movie's getting a lot of buzz, then I'll be like, all right, I'll go check this out.
Yeah.
Ready or Not. That's why I saw that last weekend.
Is that in theaters?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. Is it like a Victorian house or something, like an old Victorian house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk about that in Recently Seen, I suppose. But yeah,
I love how you have an outline, dude. The outline guy now.
Oh man,
The outline.
I'm trying to. But anyway, I can't think of any more news. So let's talk about these steelbooks.
Steelbook fever. Dude, I can see how addicting these things could get. I know, like, I'm 10 years late to the steelbook craze. It's like, hey, Johnny, you heard steelbooks? It's just really exciting. Really, it's funny. Melissa was like, so is steelbook a Blu-ray or a DVD? I'm like, babe, there can be both, babe. Yeah, so, dude, I have 8. I have a whole whopping 8. But here's the thing, dude. I'm not going to sit here and get fucked and rebuy shit with no special features because that's a different case. So, it's like I'm super picky about it. But the other day, I never do this. Usually go into like a Best Buy and I'll like hold a movie for like 10 minutes and like it's like $20. I'm like, oh, I don't fucking need this, man. Put it back. I'm not going to do it. Right. I put it back. Right. I'm like, I know someday it'll be like $15. And I'm like, that's my, I don't know about you, dude, but like I have like, on my phone, I have like maybe 50 to 100 movies on my wish list that I want to own or upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray.
Same, dude.
Yeah, and you like that's what's so fun. I try to tell Melissa this. That's what's so fun about collecting is you go to like different outlets and different prices everywhere, and you have like a sweet spot, right, for the one you want. And you're like, I'll only upgrade if it's this amount of money. So the other day, I'm in Best Buy, and I see fucking Best Buy is going steelbook crazy, dude. Have you noticed?
They have a whole shelf for them, right? Does yours have it?
Yeah, and it's these fuckers. And now they have 2 shelves because before it was just like The Martian, Return of the King, Deadpool, the Phantasm I picked up there. But now I saw the other day they had Goonies, Beetlejuice.
Oh no!
And I said to Melissa, I'm like, I was on my way out of the store, and I look over, and I'm like, motherfucker, they have all my favorite childhood movies on Steelbook. And I don't own any of those on Blu-ray. I couldn't even believe I didn't own those on Blu-ray. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, it's not just I want one. I want all of those. So I picked up 4 right there. And she never sees me, dude. Just go like, boom, 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 boom. It just puts them in, and just let's go. And, I picked up The Goonies, Beetlejuice, Exorcist, and Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski was like $10.
Nice.
How many do you have, man?
Steelbooks? Oh man, honestly, like you, when I first got into it, it was tempting. I don't know, probably like 10.
Oh, okay. I think
I half started a Tarantino steelbook collection, so I got like Death Proof, Inglorious Bastards, Django, and then that like fell off because I
yeah.
couldn't find the Hateful Eight on steelbook.
Do you have to have one?
Yeah, they did. It was like a limited, like Best Buy exclusive. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the last. Oh, I got the Carpenter steelbooks.
Yeah.
Scream Factory.
Yeah, listeners, you sent me a picture on Facebook we have 5 or 6 John
Yeah.
Carpenter.
So Shout Factory, this is really cool actually. They've basically acquired the rights to like all of John Carpenter's movies that aren't like commercial properties. Like they don't have the rights to Christine or Halloween, right? But they have the rights to like, oh my God, everything now. Assault on Precinct 13, The Fog, Escape from New York, The Thing, They Live. And what they've been doing in like 3 waves so far is they've been putting out each of those in steel books, and like you saw, like the art all matches the style.
Yeah.
And like, man, I'm a sucker for that. So last year they had them for like 20 a piece on their site, and like if you ordered it, you got a free poster with that artwork. And I was like you, I was like click 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 click. And now The Thing I just got on sale for 25.
Yeah.
But
isn't that funny, man? How like we love this shit so much. Like somebody else can, I guess, like that with anything, right? Like let's say, like my mall has like a sports memorabilia store, right? And there's some like gorgeous picture of some baseball player, or whatever.
mm-hmm.
And somebody might, it's like with a plaque, like maybe like has like a ticket on it from a show or something, and that's a year engraved on it, and some dude's sitting there going like, "Oh my God, I need that!" Right? And we're like, at least me, I'm like, I fucking don't. You couldn't pay me to put that on my wall,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we see like these things like The Thing or Phantasm. Some of these things are like treasures to me. Like when I saw Phantasm Steelbook, it's beautiful, dude. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you kind of want to. Xander Kane said the best thing to me. This is one of our old-time regulars on the podcast. Xander Kane said to me one time, he goes, I feel like I need to archive these things. Like, right? Like buying movies and horror movies, and because they're not going to be around at some point. At some point, like, they're going to get harder to find some of these old, like, let's say, like, there's some kind of commentary track on some kind of horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
An independent movie that wasn't printed enough copies. At some point, it's just going to go away or whatever.
Yeah.
So he feels like he needs to, his collection's like archiving stuff, right? It's really good way of collecting. And I feel the same way. It's like, I might not even watch something, but I feel like I don't know, man.
No, I completely get you. Like,
yeah.
So like a lot of Dario Argento's Italian giallos have slowly been getting like all these like special features packed releases. And like, it's just like, I feel like you said, it's like I'm keeping an archive of like, and all of them come with essays and like all this stuff. And it like Xander said, you're getting an archive because like, in like 10, 20 years, 30, is this, you probably won't be able to get your hands on this stuff,
Yeah. It's true, right? It's already, stuff's going out of print and then it just doesn't come back.
I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I was like, and like I love the 80s stuff. I was like, in 2020, like 1980, like Friday the 13th will be 40 years old. And I was crazy? Like, I was telling her, I was like, do you think like people in like when we're like 60, are people still going to be talking about like the 80s slashers and stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, will those things even still be around? So like we're kind of in a renaissance right now with like all the old slashers, but like in 20 years, well, that's, you know what I mean? So I completely get what you're saying. You want to archive and keep this stuff.
Yeah, 20 years from now, it's probably 30, let me think about that.
The 13th will be 60.
Like what? Like the creature from the Black Lagoon from where it is now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit different there, but a little bit time difference. But you're right, man. But I think we happen to grow up. That's a good question, though. Dude, so at work, I work for a trading company, and we do like I help manage like a website where people can take training on.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some testing, and I created a new account, right? And I put Freddy Krueger as the person's name. I put like Freddy Krueger. The company was Boiler Room Boys, and the address was Elm Street. just because I'm fucking amusing myself. But like when I finish the setup, a bunch of people get emailed, and some sales guy thought it was actually like a new client. He's like, yeah, in a meeting, he goes, I'm going to call Freddie. I'll follow up with Freddie and see if he's interested, in signing up. And we're like, dude, you fucking kidding me? And he's like 30. He doesn't even know who Freddy Krueger is. Right? I mean, isn't that surprising? Your audio went out again. There we go. Well, actually, talk. Shit, I don't hear you. Oh, wait. Talk?
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I think I might have hit mute accidentally.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. Dude, the Dark Crystal, I don't want to talk about it, but the Dark Crystal, some kind of sequels on Netflix or something.
Oh, I hear it's good.
Yeah, so, I mean, talk about, like, I don't know. I think that 80s stuff, it's just a different time because it was like teeter-on technology and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I do tend to think that stuff will stick around a lot more than like future content.
Mm-hmm.
That it was a different thing, right? It was the beginning of a lot of stuff. Spielberg for one, but.
Well, I think because like you think about like in the 2000s, so we had like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, like those are the 80s franchises. Will people look back on like Saw and Paranormal Activity in the same kind of way? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But there was some kind of other documentary I was watching just a while ago. I think about VHS tapes or something. But they were saying how like part of the reason that people myself. Oh, it's that really bad makeup. This dude was saying a lot of the reason why no generation's been like this is from the 80s is because, I mean, I know it sounds old, but like you literally just had to watch Rambo over and over and over because you only had 10 tapes or something and you didn't have cable. Mm-hmm. And so you just, this is the reason why we love these things so much. You had to watch them. Friday the 13th, I've watched 50 times or whatever. I mean, like, mm-hmm. Yeah, my kids don't give a fuck because there's literally endless content.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, the shit my kids watch, dude, it's like they watch like I'm sitting here watching. I growing up on Rambo and like Phantasm, and they're growing up on like people filling the bathtubs full of like Jello, right? Mm-hmm. It's like here's a hot knife, going through like an apple, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the dumbest shit, and it's like I feel like I don't know, man. I have to beg my kids to watch a movie, dude.
No, I feel really lucky. I mean, because I grew up in the early 2000s, just on like the tail end, like because like you're like, okay, I'm interested in horror, and like for me it was like whatever's on like the free movies, right, or whatever on demand, and so like that's why like as a kid, like I watched Scream like probably like a billion times because that's like the only good slasher available. So like, yeah. and that's how I got introduced to The Thing and like Night of the Living Dead and all this kind of stuff. But like you're saying, yeah, now there's so much content you can get whenever you want. Like,
that's funny. So you watch Scream and you're like, okay, I really like that. I want to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go digging. That's what you did. That's what you're saying. You went digging to see, yeah. Dude, Scream. We didn't get back.
I love Scream, dude.
Scream was huge, man. I saw that when I was in high school. Dude, horror was fucking dead, and that movie just blew up, and that gave 10 years of content in the horror genre. Mm-hmm. I remember that and American Pie was like almost the same year, and it just blew the fuck up. Mm-hmm. It was really a really big deal that Drew Barrymore. Spoiler. That Drew Barrymore died. That was a really big deal. That didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude, let's get back to our outline. That was I could talk about. That's some good conversation. I'm going to that drive-in, by the way.
My drive-in or your drive-in?
Yeah, your drive-in.
Dude, yeah, we gotta. Dude, Jordan, Killer Clown. He lives like a half hour away. I was trying to get together with him. But I'm so jealous. I mean, it's only like 45 minutes away from me, so it's not too bad. But yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it'll have to be probably in the spring. We'll do like a camp out.
Well, every year
we
they
really can do tents, huh?
Yeah. It's $10 a person, and then if you want to, just $10 to stay overnight.
Yeah, it's done. All right, you want to do like some recent viewing?
Yeah. So let's hit the big one. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino hits us again.
Yeah, dude. Your volume's. Can you talk? Your volume's a little bit low.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Go ahead, do it again.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I think it's my volume. So,
you want me to re-say that, or?
No, I'm not gonna edit this shit. The viewers are getting behind the scenes look.
I know. Live radio.
Yeah, there you go. So, dude, there's not many movies I'm excited about. Okay. This movie has some of my favorite actors of all time. I'm a huge Leo fan. Okay. I like Brad Pitt. I don't go see everything just because he's in it, but like I like him. I love Hollywood, the old Hollywood. I love the idea of him, the cowboy. His career's on the shitter. I love the Helter Skelter angle, the Charles Manson, Sharon Tate. I'm a huge Margot Robbie fan. I say I'm a huge fan. I don't know. I've seen a couple of movies and I like watching her. But like,
you hated it, didn't you?
So I go in there. I do my usual. I go to the liquor store. I get like 8 nips. Okay. And I have we have the recliner chairs like most people probably do. I put my nips down and it starts. Dude, I was so happy. I loved it.
Okay. Phew.
There's just times in life, man, like when like you make plans and it's like it's exactly what you hoped it would be. And my girlfriend next to me, who's like my best friend, and we're sitting there, have my nips, we have popcorn, and it's like 3 hours of just like the world's happening, but I'm in this world. I love the acting. I love the dialogue. I love the ending was fucking crazy, dude. Dude, I was literally like almost jumping up, going, "Oh my god!" I thought it was going to go the other way, honestly. What did you think, Matt?
Dude, I walked out of the theater. I went and saw it with two friends of mine. I was just like, can Quentin Tarantino do any wrong? Like, is there any direct, like, I mean, I loved it. Like, just, I love Brad Pitt. I love Leonardo DiCaprio. And like you said, I mean, the movie just captured, like, the feeling for me. And, like, honestly, I could have let the movie go on for, like, 10 more hours.
Right?
Like, I could have been in that world. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, see, like, if, you could easily not like it if you're not into filmmaking, right? If you're not into, like, just dialogue for dialogue's sake. Because nothing fucking happens. Melissa's like, so, like, what the fuck is this about? Like, an hour and a half in, like, what is this about? I'm like, this is it, right? But, like, my God, dude, the camera shots, the scene where he's super self-conscious, he gets that role as, like, the bad guy. He's super self-conscious. He's holding the little girl, that this big monologue, and he throws a little girl down. Before that, he's in his trailer,
Yes.
All like, you gotta fucking do it. You gotta do it this time, right? He's like, you're fucking Rick Dalton. And he goes and slays it, dude. And he cries because, like, he did it. He's so proud of himself. And, oh, my God, dude. I'm watching that, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you're Rick fucking Dalton, man. You just did it. Right? I mean,
yeah,
like,
I loved all the Western stuff. Like, I love Brad Pitt going to the Manson Ranch. Like, that scene was so tense. Like, everyone was, like, on the edge of your seat. Because, like, they keep telling, like, oh, this guy's just sleeping. And I was like, the guy is dead for sure. Like,
yeah, me too,
they're
man.
all...
I thought Brad Pitt... Well, actually, we probably shouldn't give too much away, but... yeah, that was really tense. I'm going, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Stop. Like, leave, right? Oh. And dude, Tarantino is so smart. He knows that we're doing that, right? That's why I started Godzilla. I watched like 5 minutes of Godzilla, and I'm gonna watch it again. But like, I just shut it off. I was in a really good mood. I'm having some drinks. It was like a Friday night, and I just started it. And right away, it was like the bad guys come in. Have you seen it at all?
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it. But the bad guys come in, and it's like, there's that scene where like the one guy is getting nervous, and he's like, it's like, don't shoot. And the one guy, this didn't happen, but the one guy shoots, everybody goes crazy. It's just, the door breaks down with the bad guy, and I just didn't want that type of movie at that time. But like Quentin Tarantino doesn't follow those formulas. Like he completely fucks with you. It's very much like Midsummer. It's like they know the audience is feeling a certain way, so they're gonna. It's like twists and turns over your emotions, as opposed to just like popcorn and all this stuff, right?
And like he does such a good job of, like you said, like drawing you out and keeping you on the edge of your seat. But he also knows how to. The ending, without spoiling the ending, it ends in a big event happens, and like only Quentin Tarantino can like make like, dude, I haven't laughed that hard.
Yeah.
He has the ability to take these incredibly violent acts and make them the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about. At the
end. Oh my God, dude. That ending. It was literally like, I don't know if it could have ended any better. Like, and if I thought about an ending for like a year, if I was writing it, I couldn't have thought of something that good. It just was so satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I think we like that movie.
Now, did you know like the history of the Manson stuff?
Totally.
Yeah, totally. Me too.
I was like, here we go.
And the whole movie, you think you know what's going to happen, right? Yeah. And then, well, they something happens at the end. But go see the movie. Thumbs up.
I can't wait till that comes out, dude. I'm gonna have that on all the time, just as background.
Oh, and yeah, like I said, I would take like 10 more hours of just watching these people, like, go about their lives, like. Oh, so
yeah, good. Man, it was really well done. All right, so you do one, and then I'll go.
All right, so I ventured out to theaters for Ready or Not, which I knew basically nothing about besides the poster. Because I heard a lot of good buzz on Twitter. It was a lazy Sunday. You ever have that? Like, you just want to like take a lazy Sunday afternoon or any day and just like go get some food, go to the movies, just hang out. Yeah. So
every Sunday for me.
That didn't happen because I had to like do the brakes on my car and all this stuff. But I wound up going out and seeing that. And so the basic.
Yeah, what's it about?
Okay, so the basic setup is Samara Weaving, who was in Netflix's The Babysitter.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was in a couple episodes of like Ash vs. Evil Dead, I think. But great Australian actress. So she's like this, like she's marrying into this wealthy family, right? That's how the movie starts. Like she's like not lower class, but like a normal girl, and she's married. Her fiance comes from this big wealthy family, and they've made their money selling board games. They're like the Hasbros, basically, or something like that. So they get married at his mansion, his family's mansion, and like all his family shows up. And so they get married. Everything's great. You get all the usual, like, oh, you know, Aunt Edith doesn't like you, that kind of shit. And that night at midnight, you know, she's like, come on, let's fuck or whatever. And he's like, hold up, we have to go play a game. And, you know, she's like, what the fuck? So they go down, the whole family's waiting for him. And she asks to pick a card out of like a random card generator. And like whatever the card is, they play the game. And they're like, oh, it's tradition, all this kind of stuff. And like, you know, it could be like chess or checkers or whatever. And she's like, okay, whatever, this family's weird. Well, she pulls hide and seek. And what she doesn't know, and this is all in like the trailers, and like you find this out in 15 minutes, is what that means is the family has to hunt her down because they think that they've made a pact of some kind of devil to get their riches. And that's kind of the price they have to pay. So they're like, okay, go play hide and seek. But like they're all arming up with like crossbows and shit to go kill her. So, I mean, the whole movie, like, it's not serious at all. Like, there's a lot of funny shit. Like, so they have a lot of maids and stuff, and they keep killing them on accident, and like, because they don't know how to use these crossbows or anything, so they're always like shooting people, and like she's way better than they are, so she's running around like kicking their ass and stuff. Think of like Clue meets You're Next, if you saw that one.
Yeah, I was just thinking of You're Next. As you're talking about that, and it does look like Clue. It has all the different characters. And
mm-hmm. But it has a it's really well shot, really well acted. Samara Weaving's awesome. Very bloody. I don't want to spoil too much. It has a very satisfying ending.
So you recommend it?
Oh yeah, highly. And you know what I like about it? It's an hour and a half, counting credits, And like, there's never going to be a sequel. There's no kind of hints or any like that. It's a self-contained
Yeah, one and
thriller.
done.
Yeah, like I don't
Cool.
think we get too many of those anymore.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what else the filmmaker did? Do you know if he or she has other stuff?
I couldn't. I don't even know who directed it. To tell
Yeah.
you the truth.
It's funny you mentioned your next. That's a Blu-ray I see every time in my local store. It's in a bin. It's in like a must-own type of bin, and I pick it up every time. I'm like, one of these days.
Oh, well, I'm gonna talk about your next.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that. I saw it in the movie theater.
Oh, nice.
So are you a fan of Mindhunter? Mindhunters, Netflix.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Okay. So season 2 just came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it. So for listeners who don't know, Mindhunters it's officially my favorite show.
Really?
So my favorite show of all time was 6 Feet Under on HBO, about a family that runs a funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
And this show, I just keep rewatching the seasons. I think I've seen the first season like 3 times. So Mindhunters is based on a book called Mindhunters, and it's about the FBI, about probably around the late 70s, mid to late 70s, is when the serial killers start, like they just notice a different type of killing starts to happen, right? Like real grotesque crime and rape and mutilations. So the FBI is like, what the fuck? Like local police, FBI, they're like, what the fuck is up with like this disgusting murder stuff going on? So there's these 2 FBI agents that go around to different cities training police about procedures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide, I think one of them, whatever, wants to interview one of the serial killers that I think it's Ed Kemp, I think was his name, the first one in the show. So they go and interview him just to get a feel for like why he did what he did, and try to get an understanding, right, of like that type of person. So then the show is about them interviewing serial killers, and they start I think it was called the special behavior or something, or they basically start a whole new department investigating those types of criminals. And then the department gets bigger as the show goes on, and they investigate more serial killers. But like it follows true killers. It follows like true crime. So they investigate. At some point that like the BTK killer is like a killer in the show, but he's not caught. So they kind of cover the history of how they caught certain killers and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like it really toes the line of what actually happened, but also has some kind of fiction going on. But it's produced by David Fincher. First, he directs and writes some of the stuff. So it's very like super detailed. The shots are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The color, the tone of the thing, it's very moody, and it's a period piece. The cars are all from the 70s, and the clothes, and it's basically, if you've seen Zodiac from David Fincher, it's basically Zodiac for like 10 hours each season.
Oh, that sounds
awesome. Yeah, it's super. The writing's amazing. So I highly recommend Mindhunter on Netflix. That's why I binged that season 2.
Did you know the guy who plays Manson in that show is the same guy who played Manson in Once Upon a Time?
I heard that.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was the Mindhunter. The serial killers, like the show gets a really, really positive. A bunch of like accolades for how accurate they portray the killers. They spend like, if you put them like face to face with the picture of the real killer, like it looks just like them. And that guy Manson, he's in season 2 for like, it's like a good 20-minute scene he's in, and he's absolutely outstanding. It's like you would think he's Manson. It's really weird to watch somebody like the only like the Manson I know, he was old when I was young, right, in jail. So it's weird to see like Manson in his prime. It looks just like Manson, and he acts like him. So it's weird. It's almost like seeing like a time machine or something, right? It's weird to like see him that real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't recommend that enough.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, me and my girlfriend like watching serial killer stuff. Like we watched all those the Ted Bundy stuff on Netflix.
And
yeah, those were really good.
That's unbelievable. What like just all of that shit. How he escaped a few times and. Think about that, dude. Like, I'm going to go on a tangent about technology, but it's almost like I remember the Highwayman. I'm not sure I was telling you about that, but like The Highwayman about Bonnie and Clyde on Netflix, right? It's like Kevin Costner. They're tracking down Bonnie and Clyde. You literally had to go, just drive to the next town and say, "Have you seen this person?"
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? And then just, no, I haven't seen him. Then drive to the next town and act. Hopefully somebody's seen him somewhere, right?
Mm.
Right? It's the same thing with these serial killers. It's like, you just fucking can go kill somebody. There's no way of you getting caught. Isn't that crazy, man?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now it's almost impossible, right, to not get caught. But man,
yeah, like especially like Bundy, like the dude just like jumps out of courthouse, walks away, and like he would have gotten away. Like,
yeah,
like it's only by dumb luck that he didn't. Basically, like
yeah.
But like nowadays, everybody and their brothers got like phones and cameras and
Totally.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so fascinating that there was that like stretch of 20 years where people could just kill for years. Like, like in Mindhunter, season 2 focuses around a killer that I had not heard of, but he supposedly killed 27 children.
Jesus.
And it's some state in the South. Imagine that. 20, like, just kids just started to show up in rivers, like in the fucking town. Like every other weekend is a kid in a river for like two years. Unbelievable. Christ. Yeah, it's so fascinating.
Oh. Have you seen the Clovehitch Killer?
No.
Have you heard of that movie?
No.
Do you have a Hulu?
No. That's the one I don't have.
If you like that kind of serial killer stuff, you know the BTK case?
Yeah.
That's it's basically that. Like they don't call him that, and like they changed it a little bit, but it's basically like a really detailed look at like what that guy's life was like before he was caught. And like they changed it, like he doesn't get caught like he did in real life and that kind of stuff. But that's a really good serial killer movie, so
cool.
Check that out. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, man. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Your turn.
All right, so I watched. So prompted by the Ready or Not, I rewatched Your Next. And that movie holds up, man. I mean, that got a lot of hype back in 2014. And I mean, it's such a great, like, it starts out as a home invasion movie, but then and spoiler alert, I guess, but the movie's like 5 years old now.
Yeah.
Like, so the main chick, like, just when you think like, oh no, like their family's gonna get killed off, like she totally turns it around and just starts killing off all the attackers. And I mean, it's a great little like you imagine walking in that movie not knowing that.
Yeah, right.
Like, having no idea. Like, yeah, it's just a fun little movie.
It's totally fun.
Ty West did no, he did. That was Adam Wingard who did that.
Yeah. When I walked out of that, I looked up that guy, and I'm like, "Who is this guy? Who's Adam Wingard? I got to see more of this."
Is he doing? He's doing the next Godzilla versus King Kong.
Really?
I think he is.
Yeah, that girl. I forgot the actress's name, but she really did. She really made that movie for me. Like, she was cute, smart, like charismatic.
I don't think she went on to much, or maybe she did. I don't know.
Well, I remember seeing that movie, and the first time I saw it, I was really like surprised. I think you were just saying this, like that, like, it like changed tone, and I was like, oh, okay, so like, is this a comedy or something, or like, because she has like one-liners, right? Like when she kills people, she has a jokes or something.
Yeah, she does. It is a comedy. It's like a dark comedy.
Yeah. I gotta watch that again, man. I've only seen that a couple times. I have not seen that since 5 years ago, probably.
But yeah, it holds up. I mean, it's fun. It's just like a fun like party movie. Like you could throw that on. Like it's pretty quick. Like it's just like Ready or Not. Like it's an hour and a half. Someone gets killed like every 5-10 minutes or so. Like
throw it on, make some popcorn. Have a party.
Mm-hmm.
Have a few laughs.
I do think Ready or Not is better than it, though.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, actually.
Do you own Your Next?
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
Actually, I will tentatively say Ready or Not. I don't know. It's tough. Well, they're different movies. Even though, like, they're kind of similar, but they're kind of different. But
all right, so I only have one more.
All right, I got one more too.
I've been buying a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. I just picked up the collection. Right, I had the collector. Didn't have the collection on Blu-ray.
Have you seen the collection?
Yeah, I love those.
Oh,
I picked up probably 30 movies since we.
they're making
probably
a
20.
third one of those.
Oh,
Yeah, they just announced that.
that's awesome. Because I would like more of that. All right, so, here we go.
That movie is awesome. Those people are fucking nuts, dude.
Okay, I'm so glad you know about this. So out of all the movies I bought, I'm like, okay, I want to talk about this tonight. So I don't think I've seen this whole thing through, right? But I've seen parts of it a few times. But I really, really liked it. And sorry, if you're watching this, you don't know what this is. Go ahead, Tiller. Tell them what this is.
He's holding up the Blu-ray of Room 237, which is a documentary about The Shining. What do these people say?
So it's so fucking interesting. So there's these people that watch this movie and believe that there's certain images and messages in the movie from Stanley Kubrick when he made the movie. For instance, people believe Stanley Kubrick helped fake the Apollo landing on the moon, and Danny, the little boy in The Shining, wears a sweater with Apollo on it. So that's just one of the probably 10 or 15 in the movie. Like, are they conspiracy theories? I mean, like what would you call that?
I remember there's this guy, right? The best, like, this is what sucked me into the documentary. This guy, and he's talking about how, like, he first went to see it when it came out. He was like, he goes on about, like, what a great movie it is, right? You know what I'm talking about? And at the very end, he's like, and I sat in that theater, and I just knew for me, this movie was about the Native American genocide.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, like what he's talking about, like when Jack gets locked in the cupboard, right? There's these cans of Crisco with an Indian head on it. And like in one scene, it's turned away. And in the other, it's turned towards you. And so like there's like a guy who goes on for like 10 minutes on how like this represents like how like they killed off the natives in the area and like all this other. There's like and like he's talking about the moon landing and like.
Yeah, I mean it is. Like, so the documentary has people that have noticed things about the movie and that have certain theories, like you just said about the Indian stuff. But like, I feel like there's enough there where you're kind of like, that is kind of fucking weird. Like, okay, like I kind of see that. So this movie I've wanted to own. I just want to. This is what we're talking about. Like, just like this is like a guy. I love documentaries. This is kind of more of like a. I guess it's kind of popular, but it's really like probably most people own this one. So, like, I'm trying to find it, and it's on Amazon. I think it was on Amazon for, like, 20, maybe 20, 25, maybe 30 or something. There was some reason why I didn't just buy it right away. And then I'm in Walmart, of all places, and Melissa, I'm like, leaving the DVD section, and Melissa's like, hey, wait a second. Look at this. And she points it out to me, and it was, like, $10. I mean, in all fairness, it might have been 15. But, dude, man. I mean, like I wanted this for a couple of years now, and it literally has a commentary track with Kevin McLeod, maybe that's the director, Secrets of the Shining, panel discussion from the first annual Stanley Film Festival, 11 deleted scenes, the making of music featurette, poster, trailers. So like it not only is it like a good movie, like it has tons of extra content. So this stuff, it's funny. This is why I don't watch like mainstream content, right? I go to Redbox and I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch the latest Nicolas Cage movie that went straight to Redbox. Like, I want to watch this, right? And this is like 4 hours for me of content. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm so happy to have this on my shelf, right? You know, you make a purchase and you're like, fuck, dude, I love. Maybe it's a thing, Steelbook for you, but like, you're like, God, I love that. I just added that to my collection, right? So anyway,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so psyched.
I don't know. I mean, like you're saying, some of those people, it makes a little bit of sense. Like the Indian thing, I can kind of buy because, like, the guy I think putting it out, like, there's a lot of imagery. But like, like the dude who like mapped out the whole, you know what I'm talking about? Remember this guy, the guy who like mapped it all out and like.
I don't remember much of it.
I don't know. Some of those people are a little certifiable.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But like, it is interesting. It's interesting how, like, because, like, we watch The Shining, right? And we're like, you know, this is, like we see, like, a horror movie. But it's really cool. It is cool to see like how someone else could come in and see like this totally different like interpretation of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I'm excited to watch it again.
yeah, I gotta own that. Like you said, like it's been on my Amazon wish list for like ever.
Oh,
Just haven't
really?
got
Like,
it. Yeah,
so you want that?
yeah. You say it's Walmart, huh? I'll have to check that out.
Dude, don't steal my find. What the fuck?
Oh man.
All right, what do you got? Let's go.
The last one I got is I watched Suspiria, the original.
Dude, I haven't watched that in so long.
Oh, it's so good. I saw that in theaters 2 years ago actually for a special event, and that was fantastic.
Man, I guess I've because I run the website for CAV Distributors, and they own the rights. Well, actually, they distribute the Blu-ray, and
The Synapse one?
yeah, and I think it's
Really?
Synapse. They sent me a real nice version of it, and it's just on my shelf. I have not watched it.
Is it the Steelbook?
No.
Or is it the 2-disc like
Yeah, I think so. It's
oh,
nice.
nice. Dude, the transfer on that, since you have a 4K TV, you got to check that out, man,
Yeah.
because it looks amazing.
So, when was the last time you've seen that before you just watched it again? Oh, so probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Wow, so you watch it that often?
I'm a big Argento guy. I like Dart. Like he's one of my favorite directors.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like Tenebrae, Deep Red, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have all those.
Maybe like once a year, I get on like a Giallo fever.
I don't know. I find his stuff slow.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Is it?
There's a lot of atmosphere though.
Yeah. I really haven't. I mean, I remember when I used to get sent those for reviews from Synapse and stuff. I remember watching some of them and not getting into it, but maybe I should give it another try because obviously.
You have to be in a certain mood for it, for sure.
Yeah.
Like all the old Italian stuff, you really have to like be in the right mood because like you put it on after 10 minutes, like you said, if like you're gonna be into it or not.
Yeah.
Did
you seen the new Suspiria, man?
Yeah, I saw that when it came out. Have you seen it?
No.
Well, no, I'd have to rewatch it. Well, for one thing, it's like 3 hours long.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, so do you remember the original? The original's very colorful. It's got like that very high-pitched score. The new one, and this is deliberate, is like it's very like gray. It's very muted. Like the score is totally different. It's good, but I don't know. I have to rewatch it. I remember like liking it, but I mean I have it on Blu-ray. That was a Best Buy find for me. But yeah, I mean it's worth your watch.
It has the that main girl, and her name's escaping me.
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah. Like I'll watch her. I feel like in anything.
You're a big 50 Shades fan.
I own them. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. That chick does it for me, man. Woo! I watch those movies. I take a shower after. Yeah, I like her a lot. She's a really pretty girl. She's fucking really sexy.
Tilda Swinton is great in that one. Too.
In 50 Shades?
Yeah, 50 Shades of Tilda Swinton.
Have you seen My Name is Kevin?
No, I haven't.
Dude, have you heard of it? She's in the movie. It's about her son. Her son kills he goes in. At some point in the movie, he goes into a school with a bow and arrow and just starts killing kids.
Really?
But like it starts out after that has happened.
The only movie I know is that different from. That's not. We Need to Talk About Kevin, is it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what the fuck did I say?
Okay.
His name is Kevin.
Yeah, I was like, hold up.
She's made 2 movies with the name Kevin as my killing. So okay, so you have her.
Yeah, is she the mom in that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's really. I mean, I mentioned that because she's in it, and it's fucking awesome, man. It's like literally, it's like so real. Like, what would happen if your kid did a mass shooting and you were still in the town, a small town? a smaller town, right?
Like she gets all kinds of like shit thrown at her.
Oh yeah, but she's also the same job and stuff. But like people like, vandalize her house all the time, spit on her when she goes buying groceries, or spit on her. But it flashes back between like the current, like after the murders, and then it flashes. But it also there's a lot of flashbacks when the murder was a baby, and like all the fucked up shit he did at like 4 years old and 6, and all the weird fucking shit that those maniacs probably do. It was really good. That's on my wish list to buy, but it's like all these really good movies that are like really like independent type stuff is usually like $20.
Yeah, like you were saying, there's a certain price point you have for each film.
Yeah, I mean, they start like that. What was that movie? Class of 1984, right?
Yeah,
it's like $25. It's like, come on, guys, come on.
Really?
Yeah.
That goes the Scream Factory one.
I don't know. It came out. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But I mean, like, it goes down, right? Maybe it's cheaper now. But there's a movie like Cuffs with Christian Slater I like a lot. The Blu-ray just came out. It was $25.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, come on, guys. You might pay $25 for a movie that wasn't even that huge, from 30 years ago with no special features. They're just hoping that like the 100 people are gonna be like, oh my god, I need to buy that on day one.
Yeah, I don't know who does that. Like, I'm like every Blu-ray drops, like I really want to buy like I know like Us, like Godzilla, like I want to buy those, but if you just wait till like Black Friday, Christmas time, they'll be like $10-15.
Oh god, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to slow down on my collecting a little bit, but
yeah. Oh, I have for years. I mean, if I go out and buy stuff, I might spend $20 on like 2 or 3 movies. Because they're gonna come down anyway. So except like Pikachu Detective, I bought that for my kids. I bought the Steelbook. It was $35.
Oh, have you seen that?
Yeah, a couple times now. Dude, all the political shit they put in these movies. I'm not gonna get into politics. I'm a huge political guy.
No, me too. But no politics.
Like in Pikachu Detective, like the main news outlet is like CNN, right? And all this stuff. It's like, come on, you fuckers. Yeah, that shit is in a lot of movies, and it's fucking pissing me off.
Yeah, I liked Pikachu. See, I was hoping it's a kids movie, right? Like I was hoping for a little more because like they had Ryan Reynolds and all, and I was like, oh, they're gonna make it a little more mature. But I mean, it's it's a kids movie.
Yeah, I thought it was it. I mean, I give it maybe a 3.
It's all right. Like,
yeah.
But
all right, buddy. Anything else before we wrap up?
Yeah, we need to talk. We forgot a vital news story.
Sweet.
Your man, Rob Zombie, has got a new film coming out. And I have my tickets to go see it, and I was curious if you are. What do you think?
Yeah, it's funny. I think we're talking about this on Facebook. I think it's literally available. Oh, yeah. I think it's available for like 1 or 2 days in my local theater. Yeah, I mean, I do want to go see that.
Now, do you think he's going back to the well with the like Devil's Reject stuff, or
that's a really good question.
Are you happy to see him go back to it?
That's the Kevin Smith question, right? Always going back to the well. I don't think Rob Zombie gives a fuck what people think. I think he just wants to make a movie with his wife and his friends and get back to that world. He probably loves making that, right? I mean, like. It's all him. This probably has whatever, like a $5 million budget, and nobody tells him what to fucking do. And I bet he just loves doing that, right? Like it's like Kevin Smith loves going back to Jay and Silent Bob and having Matt Damon on set, whatever. I mean, I think he's going back to the well, but I don't think he gives a fuck. I think everybody involved loves it, and I love it. I mean, I'm fine every 5 years if they go back to the well every time. I love being with those people. I think it's fun just to go back to that. It's really that's what's interesting about sequels. Like you get to go visit to see where the characters are now, right? I mean, it's not as interesting, I guess, because these people are maniacs, but like.
And they all got shot to hell at the end of the last one.
Yeah, I'm curious. What do you think how do you think he's gonna play that? Like, are they actually coming back from hell?
I think so. I think they are, because I know, like he mentioned, there's going to be like some kind of satanic stuff going on. So I think he is gonna literally like resurrect him. But I mean, like like House of Thousand Corpses is all like crazy Gonzo. Like I'm cool with that. Like just bring him back and let him rampage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if some crazy dude like had their skeletons and like cast a spell and they came back, I don't give a fuck. Like, you want it to be that cheesy? Okay. I mean, it's like Jason, like, part 6, they put a spear in him, and then the lightning hits the spear and he comes back to life. It's like, okay, we'll go with that. Just bring him back, whatever you want to do, right? I mean, we'll watch him again.
It's funny. Patrick and I were talking about and Jordan about his wife. He puts his wife in all his movies, and that's pretty. A lot of people hate her.
Really?
I think she's fine myself, but yeah, he gets a lot of shit for that. But
yeah, I did read Patrick say. I did read him saying that. I don't care. I mean, she doesn't annoy me all too much.
Yeah, for 3 from Hell, I'm hyped. I got the tickets for the double feature of The Devil's Rejects and then the
awesome.
sequel. So if you look Wednesday the 18th, they might be doing that. It's like a Fathom event or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. When after seeing the director's cut of Midsummer, I started like because I'm gonna go see Fright Night. We have a Fright Night screening here.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
In October.
That's awesome.
I didn't know so much that was going on. Like if you look for it, there's actually quite a bit of stuff that you can go do for like that. Like they're having I think it's Fathom is having a Shawshank Redemption screening for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Godfather 2 is playing.
Yeah, I did see that.
I don't really do stuff like that, but I really want to.
Yeah, I know around me they're doing Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. John Carpenter, Prince of Darkness, they're doing.
See, I think yours are way better though, man.
Well, Philly, like the big cities, they have that kind of shit all the time.
Yeah.
But for like up here, like even by me, I have to like Fathom events basically is what you got. But yeah, I'm hyped to see The Devil's Rejects on the big screen. I love that movie.
Did you see that the first time around?
Not in theaters, but that was like I caught that on like cable or whatever, and like that was my first Rob Zombie film.
I saw that in theaters the first time with it was like opening night or something, and dude, it was such a crowd pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a packed theater in that movie, and it was like, remember the guy like with the chickens? Like there's some guy like with a chicken or something.
He's like, you're gonna fuck the chickens.
Yeah, and it's like shit like that. It was just not. It was like not that stuff like that was not in theaters at that time.
Mm-hmm.
People were just fucking going hysterical with that. Yeah, I think I am gonna go see that.
Dude, you should. Back in the game.
There's not really a trailer besides like the shitty one that was out like a month ago? Like,
yeah, there hasn't been. There's like a 1-minute trailer, and like that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hyped.
I recorded a trailer reaction to that, like when it came out, and it was like I didn't post it because it was like, oh, it's all old footage. Like there's a couple of new things, but there was one really creepy scene. The guy had like a machine gun with like a mask. The whole like fucking mask shit is really big.
Oh,
right?
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Like, The Purge, right? All these people have like weird, funky masks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Ready or Not did that a little bit.
Like they're really like the bunny or whatever, like with the machete, and it's slow motion walking and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the thing. All right, man. Let's wrap it up. I'm old. I'm tired.
All right. Oh man, gotta hit the sack.
Dude, it's like I get up at fucking 5 o'clock, right? And it's like just because I mean I'm much better in the earlier. My productive time is from like 5 or 6 till like 3.
Really?
And after that, I'm like lethargic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I literally took a nap. I took a nap. I woke up at like 6:30 or whatever, and put water on my face because I was all like puffy. I'm like Leo, like in the bucket of ice. He was so funny. Remember in that movie, he's like, "Whoa, how can they have that fucking margarita? That last margarita? We're fucking stupid."
he's like, if you drink again, I'm just gonna kill myself. And then it cuts to him like taking a shot, right?
Set, and he shows up to that fucking set where he's the bad guy. I mean, he's like,
yeah.
He's like, you know where I'm supposed to go? That is so funny. Remember the guy's like, you know, he's talking about his hair, and he's like, yeah. Do we have to do all that? Do we have to like do all of that stuff? Oh my god, that fucking is.
make him like an evil hippie. Yeah, that'll work.
He's fucking ripped a cigarette all the time.
And at the yeah.
The ending, well, come on. I wish you'd talk about it. I mean, who gives a fuck? But I mean,
you know, the after credit. Did you catch the after credit scene?
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, buddy. Hey, viewers. I don't know. Go to the Discord. The website.
Yeah. All right. So we did relaunch the site. We should talk about that a little bit because I don't think we actually discussed it.
That was a huge. Okay, I mean, you guys. I mean, whatever. We had a few new subscribers since we've been doing the more YouTube stuff. But like, I mean, if you're just getting us for the first time, I mean, we've had a website up. I mean, God, it's probably like 15 years or something. I mean, the website's been up. I met my wife. I got married. I was with her for like 10 years. I have 2 children, and it's still up. So like, it's not really been a big thing in my life for quite a few years now. But like, actually, like
until those assholes started pestering you on Twitter
right.
to bring it back.
There's like fucking 4 diehard fans. Like, dude, you gotta if you just bring it back, man, they'll all come back. Yeah, okay. I like told everybody I knew about the new Discord. It was hot for like a week, and now it's like me, you, and Patrick, and you know, maybe Android virus or something. And
that's why. So what happened, dear listeners of ours, is the site got shut down, and so all that content we thought was lost, like gone forever. But thanks to the magic of the web archive, we found out we have access to that stuff, so we can potentially like put all that stuff back up. Really?
Yeah, that is listeners. So a buddy of mine ran the server. And he told me it was going to, you know, going down a certain day, whatever. And I swear to God, I copied the whole website, but didn't think to copy the database, which is the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly do. So I thought we just kind of lost all of the actual articles and stuff. But yeah, as Lurtz was just saying, like, yeah, dude, like it's not all lost. And that blew my mind, man, when you told me that. So basically, the website. I mean, there's like 4 pages, whatever. I mean, like, it's just, my goal at the end of the year was just to have a new website up, and we have one up. So that's a really big deal. I have spent some time reorganizing the podcast. We had some missing episodes. I have all the episodes now. Most should play, but like, that was the first step, is to get the podcast in order so we could put these audio versions of these shows on the podcast. And it's just, I don't know, man. I like doing what I do and spend time with my kids, and you know, like sitting there like all weekend trying to organize podcasts is not a top priority.
No, that's something that was a realization, because it's like, yes, we're bringing it back, but then like you realize like how quickly life burns in, and you realize like, okay, like this might need to go a little slower than we initially thought. Yeah. But like, right, like we got the site up, we got like 4 or 5 reviews up. What I would love to do, and I gotta dig into my WordPress. I'm a WordPress newbie, but get into it, is get like the reviews page looking like the old reviews page. Yeah. And I got a buddy who's like big into marketing, so I'm going to turn to him on like how to get our stuff more exposure on like Google and stuff. In fact, I think we're going to sit down this weekend and take a look at that. Yeah. But we're trying to expand and like get the old content back on the site.
Yeah, it's definitely I mean, God, if it took a year to get all that done, that would be impressive. You know, I mean, what is that fucking white thing? Oh, it's a tag or something. It's tough, man. I mean, I did that. I spent 10 years working 40 hours a week on that website, so it's tough to get anywhere near the energy again to do that. But I mean, I'm impressed we got what we got. We're recording videos, even if it's every month or something. At least we're putting something up. Yeah. You know, the fans are really hungry. We got to feed them. Yeah. Our 150 viewers.
We need to tweet more is what we need to do.
I think Killer Review's Twitter has like, well, I mean, I have 2 Twitters. The old one has like 1,500 people, but I mean, it's you put that shit out there and nobody fucking reads it. I mean, they do like the Killer Reviews one has like 20 or 30 like legit followers, so that does help,
Mhm.
right? But anywho,
the site's back up, and we're going to try to add more content to it. And yeah,
yeah. So hope Jordan's doing well. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
yeah. Shout out to Killer Clown. He will be back.
KK. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Check out killerreviews.com.
Are there any? I was just thinking about this. Do you want any? What's the Twitter handle? I guess of either one. Like we're on Facebook, I guess too.
I think Twitter is Killer Reviews.
Killer Reviews at Twitter, Facebook, and I mean, like I guess comment on the video.
Smash that like button.
Oh my god!
Hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. That's what the people my kids' videos they do.
Oh my god!
Enter to win $1 million if you smash that like button.
Do they watch a lot of Twitch? Is that still a thing?
No, I mean Twitch is huge, but not for their age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all YouTube.
That's it, homies.
All right, guys.
So I'll catch up with you on Facebook, Larry.
Catch up later. Yeah, you too, man. Like, subscribe, all that good shit.
Until next time, if we don't talk to you, we'll probably talk to you before Halloween, but if we don't.
Well, I mean, do we want to try
to do something for Halloween?
We should try and do something for It.
We should
Chapter 2.
A seance.
We should see if Jordan will see It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
And we should talk about it.
I don't mind being the guy who didn't like it. All right. Bye, everybody.
Guys. Take it easy.